Hey, good morning, everybody. Meteorologist Ryan Hoke here with your Sunday edition of the Hokey video blog. Things starting out much nicer than our Saturday, so we've seen some warmer air move in from the east overnight. That's pushed us into the upper 50s here in the city. No 40s around the area this morning, and that's something that we'll return to certainly as we head toward the month of November. But for now, looks like much warmer weather is on the way for a considerable portion of time. All right, today's Hokey weather fact. We are talking about the different computer models that we talk about here on the Wave 3 News weather blog and, of course, on air sometimes. And the big three that we use that are the global computer models, the ones that model the entire Earth and that go out a week or two in advance. The first one is the GFS, the Global Forecast System. That's here in the United States, run by the National Weather Service, the federal government. The Euro, the European Center for Medium-Range Weather Forecasting, say that 5 times fast, is responsible for putting that out. That's like a consortium of European countries that have gotten together with their own sort of weather forecasting company or service there. So that one's a pay model. We have to pay for access to that. That's from Europe, of course. Now the GEM, the GEM, the Global Environmental Model, that's another free one. That one's from the Canadian version of the National Weather Service, Environment Canada, and they put that one out there as well. I think that one goes out to like 144 hours or so. The Euro goes out to 240 hours, and the GFS goes to 360 hours. No one of these models is better per se than the other, but they do different things better than one another. For instance, the Euro absolutely nailed the Hurricane Joaquin track, diving off the east coast instead of moving inland, so that was a big deal for it. And the GFS and the GEM really didn't lock onto that until about 2 days after. So just kind of an example there. During the winter season, that becomes very important, which model does a better job with certain setups than others. It's probably more nerd talk than you wanted to hear this morning, but there you go. If you ever wanted to know what the model names meant, now you know what those acronyms stand for. All right, this morning, seeing a little bit of sunshine now from our Kentucky One Skytrack camera in Bardstown. These clouds are beginning to clear out a little faster than what was previously forecast, so we're going to drive those high temperatures up into the mid to upper 70s today. Doppler radar around here is nice and clear, but we're already seeing those breaks in the cloud cover. The fear about today was, and still is to some degree, but not as much as before, was that these clouds would kind of hang tough and they wouldn't want to clear out as quickly. That's always a hazard in this setup when you're trying to forecast. And this morning it looks like Eastern Kentucky is going to be the location that sees that. We could still see that scenario unfold in some of our counties east of I-65 if these clouds over here try to intrude somewhat. But I think that the downsloping effect of the Appalachian Mountains that gave us the lack of appreciable rainfall yesterday will also act to scour out some of the clouds today. So just keep an eye on that. You know, we'll have updates throughout the day here on Wave 3 News and the Wave 3 News Facebook page. All right, the area of low pressure down in the southeast U.S. is slowly moving to the east. Man, it is moving so slow because of that Rex block we talked about yesterday. It's still funneling in incredible amounts of rain in South Carolina. I don't think I've seen anything like this that hasn't been directly from a hurricane before in my meteorology career here. I mean, this is an absolute fire hose going through from just north of Charleston to Columbia. We've got I-26 closed this morning. We've got I-95 closed this morning. Parts of I-77 beginning to shut down north of Columbia. And the reason for this heavy rain is the combination of the low and Hurricane Joaquin. It's not because of the hurricane per se. The hurricane's a contributing factor, but that's not the sole reason. These rainfall totals have been in order of feet now. I mean, we're looking at a foot and almost a foot and a half north of Charleston. There was a report that up there of 18 inches of rain over the past 3 or 4 days. This is the 72-hour Doppler indicated rainfall accumulation, what the Doppler radar thinks fell from the sky. And it's not too far off from reality because of some of the algorithms that they're able to put in there these days. But it is just absolutely catastrophic. I heard this morning that it may very well be a once-in-500-year event in South Carolina. That is just nuts. And when you consider they've got a bunch of rivers, and they're kind of in the low country there, so there's nowhere for the water to go. I mean, that's how catastrophic it is. Multiple water rescues, of course, taking place down there. Here's that direct tropical connection from Joaquin we were talking about. You notice where the cloud, it's not really clouds per se, but this is the water vapor view from the satellite. And you can see where this moisture flow is, right about there. and that is going to be what's helping to cause some of the flooding, but it's not the sole reason. The low pressure here on its own would definitely put down some serious rainfall. Having Joaquin's tropical connection put some more moisture in there is definitely not helping matters much. Let's talk about our forecast for the afternoon here across wave country. We'll be seeing those 50s turn to around 70 by noontime, and you'll notice Futurecast is being a little more conservative with the clouds than what's currently going on. Of course, we don't have a whole lot of visible satellite imagery yet to confirm that, so we'll have to see what it looks like when the sun comes up. But based on our SkyTrack cameras, it does look like we're starting to scour out some of the clouds. In any case, we'll be in the mid to upper 70s for highs today. Futurecast, the RPM model, that's Rapid Precision Mesoscale model for those keeping score, like our Hokey weather fact there. The RPM model putting out 78 for a high temperature today. We've got 76. I tried to trend this a little cooler just in case the clouds do try to stay in a little bit. That's always a problem we get with these types of systems. By tonight, though, we'll be dropping back into the 60s and eventually the upper 50s with a mix of sun and clouds there. Here's a look at that 7-day breakdown. Got a couple of events going on today, including the last day of the St. James Court Art Show. They had problems yesterday with the cool temperatures and, of course, a few of those showers early on. And, of course, previous years, they've had rain issues as well. Today looks like a great day for it. I expect people to be out in full force at the St. James Court Art Show because of these wonderful high temperatures in the mid-70s and the mix of sun and clouds. I expect a big turnout, too, at the Orange County Pumpkin Festival in French Lick. Oh, this is a fun event up there in Orange County. We'll be seeing the mix of sun and clouds in some middle 70s. I don't think upper 70s will be quite as likely in Orange County just due to the lack of the heat island effect that they have up there. Monday. Here goes the bus stop forecast. We start out in the upper 50s, bundle up the kids just a little bit, maybe a light jacket, a windbreaker. That'd be a good article of clothing, or a hoodie to put out the door with them. 77 degrees by the ride home. Now at night, depending on our cloud cover, which looks pretty low at this time, so I put this in here, we've got the International Space Station that'll be flying over at 8:05 Monday night. Got about a 5-minute viewing window. This will be one of the good ones, and its peak altitude there, I shouldn't say altitude, its angle really is going to be 79 degrees. Of course, 90 degrees being looking straight up, 79 just about 11 degrees off of that. So you'll be able to see it pretty high up in the sky. So even if you've got buildings and trees around you, you should be able to get a glimpse of it there. So kind of a cool event that you'll want to look forward to Monday night. Maybe keep the kids up for that one. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in the upper 70s to near 80. By Friday, though, that's when we begin to get cold front in here. It looks like the influence from that cold front could bring us some showers. The GFS model, which is this model right here, bringing in a few more showers than it did before, so I've kept the rain chance, or I've really bumped it up to 30%. Euro being a lot more optimistic with the rainfall, but delaying it by about 12 hours, so we'll really nail down the timing closer to time here, but at this point, it does look like a few showers are possible through the Friday time frame. Saturday, it looks like 70 degrees here. A couple of showers possible in the morning, but this high pressure moves in, and it keeps us in the 70s throughout much of the next week. And I think as we go throughout the middle portion of October, we're going to be pretty dry as well. Not a whole lot of rain showing up at all. Lots of 70s, maybe a day in the 80s, maybe a day in the 60s, toward like the 17th or the 18th at this time. And that's the kind of the long-range look at things as we go through time here in October. Nothing huge showing up weather-wise, pretty quiet weather as we head throughout the end portion of our forecast time frame here over the next couple of weeks. That's it now for the Hokey Weather blog. Hopefully, we will see you tonight on Wave 3 News starting at 6. I'll be here. We want you to join us as well, and we'll be on after the football game on NBC tonight, probably around 11:30 midnight or so as well. That's it for now. Meteorologist Ryan Hoke. Enjoy your Sunday.